I hope your front door is locked and your phone is switched off. It's match time, and nothing can come in the way of a head coach and his Blood Bowl!
Ooh, a Skaven mirror match, huh? Alright, taking my chances. Version 3. Definitely someone who rerolls for... Okay, he's got a rover and only 2 gutters. Cool, cool, cool. We have 20k in petty cash, but I'm not willing to spend it on a journeyman because I'd kind of like to start getting a bench. So let's see how this goes. This looks like weather. Is that sunny? Yeah. It's sweltering heat, okay. And he has a bench. Yeah. So, this setup works, except of course that the thrower should not be on the line. Other than that, it still looks pretty sensible to me. Waiting for opponent before turn 1. I'm not in the studio yet. No, I have been working on it, and right now there's a lot of snow, so I don't really get to work on it anymore until that clears. But that does give me a time to do a lot of video editing, which I also really need to do. Before the stream today, I actually checked my available disk space. It was 1 gigabyte. So that was scary because I was already streaming and recording, but fortunately clearing out Premiere's media cache. I know, Rex. Fortunately clearing out Premiere's media cache gave me 80 gigabytes of free space again, so that helped. Freezing my Skaven off, nice. Rat Ogre doesn't go in the middle, that's a pity because I was hoping he'd pick on the Journeyman. Because we do have 5-star player points sitting here, but this is the 0, so that's so good. Yeah, 1 gigabyte was cutting it a bit short since a recording from a stream tends to be... Let me check, what does it tend to be? These recordings... Oh, wait, let's kick first, actually. Deep? No, shallow. Yeah, let's pick that one, shall we? Oh, the weather's good again. Okay, ball is behind them. So... Typical stream recordings tend to be 8 gigabytes-ish. So yeah, 1 was cutting it just a teensy bit short. Yes, I would definitely take kick early on Wood Elves. It would probably, quite possibly be my first skilled line elf who rolls normals. I remember for my Amiga 500, I got, as a birthday gift, I got a RAM upgrade. It went from half a megabyte to a whole megabyte. And I was so happy. Okay, just a KO. Yeah, I'd never had games that were more than 4 floppies, but yes, I do remember that. Okay, so far his play seems pretty sensible. And while I'm not a big fan of his roster, it can work. Okay, thrower stuck for now. I don't expect we'll be seeing much in the way of fouling. Oh, I was mistaken. Stun? Stun it is. Well, that costs me the 2 dice sack, I suppose. Do we want to get a lot of connection going to blitz off the rogue, or... Nah, not really. Not really. I think we'll just stick with this. And then do that. Nope, not good. Not just yet. I'd use them in tabletop tournaments. Those two can just stay right where they are. That's okay. And that one was stunned, I believe. Now, the good thing is about the rover is, of course, that you don't really tend to pick up Frenzy that much. 2 die, not a 3 die. Good, good. Yeah, the modeling on the Skaven roster is really good. The animation in terms of clipping, not so much. So he really likes to foul, it seems. And he does have 1 player bench. But that's good to know. And he's fouling lime rats. In fact, he's fouling a journeyman. Alright, snakes. Well, that's a fair trade. That is a fair trade. Obviously, it would have been a lot nicer if he didn't get a removal in. Suppose we're here. Then we'd like to be there. Let's be here for now. He's gonna foul the thrower next, I guess. Oh, come on. I'm not asking for much, am I? Oh, looks like he's setting up the 3 die this time. And again, carrier next to the player he wants to foul. If he keeps this up until turn 8, and the ref is relatively fair, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. GFI into death. GFI. Nope, into POW. That's disgusting. Yeah. No. Worth considering, though. Snakes? Just a stun. Well, that's alright. See if we can kill the rover, that would be nice. Fowl's good at least. This is worth a foul with the kicker. Okay. I believe it's not. Actually, here's kind of okay. Yeah, but no. No thanks. So his positioning play, other than, yeah, he's very center, but then again, he doesn't have that much in terms of running abilities with his few gutters. 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like he's trying to set up a 3-die, but he doesn't understand assists. That's helpful information. Yeah, that's still not 3 dice. Oh yeah, now it is, because he accidentally cancelled this assist trying to set up one up there, maybe. Ball, actually in an interesting spot. Hasn't blitzed yet, so I guess that's going to be here. If you're really new to the game, assists are pretty complicated. I'll grant you that. Gets the 3-die, that's too bad. Oh! Oh, this was a... Oh, it was a line rat. Oh, that's interesting. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is actually a sensible blitz, and it works too. Because it sticks a tail on him. So, setting up a sack here, he doesn't have the reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He doesn't have the reach either. So setting up a sack here would pretty much mean going in for a 1-die with a wrestler. And I'd have to reach all 3 of these. So it would set me up for a lot of surfing. I would have this gutter available to do stuff with there. Because I can't get in here until the wrestler's gone. Which means I'd have to go there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's send this one out here at least, so that if stuff goes as poorly as I fear, I'll still be able to do something about it, maybe. You just shouldn't leave mid-match. Right, let's try it. Do we make this without a GFI? That's not a GFI. Here goes. Here goes. One die with wrestle. One die with wrestle's bad. A wrestle is good, but in a bad spot. Still leaves one guy in trouble. Well, let's at least go, say, here. And there, I suppose. On the bright side, he might not want to use his blitz to get this sack. Where to best use him? Let's use him on the assumption that things go poorly. Hey there, Candida Panda! Thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate that. I think this place will do. Yeah. Nah, here's fine. Right. So, he's still got 2 rerolls, 5 turns. No, sorry, 4 turns. And a pretty solid position still. We got our sack, but still pretty costly. Having 3 removals already is, of course, pretty bad for us. Yes, he is going for the surf, which might give us a chance there. Both down now? Nope. No, both down there. Not using the storm vermin seems weird. But the gutter will be back, at least. It's definitely possible to surf both. Yeah, but he can still get these guys off of him if he's semi-lucky. And that does leave him in a pretty strong position. Thanks, man. Happy to hear it. And welcome to the live stream. Oh, GFI from the Roger. Oh, punished! Punished! Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's lovely. That's freaking amazing. So, he has 3 tackle zones on the ball right now. We can't get an assist here that easily. He's kind of stuck, so we're not in that great a spot just yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get 1 assist on here, but that gutter really needs to act. Right, because we've only got the 2. So we need 2 GFIs to get a punch there. Or we just open with the thrower 1 die and see where that leaves us. I guess that... I've already got that. Could we blitz here? 2 GFIs to blitz there. We need to cancel those. Would give us a 2 die. Yeah, let's see what we can shake loose like that. Oh, first GFI is already bad. Last reroll, no 1 turn. Ooh. This is very, very much... Oh! Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Now we are pretty fucked because we don't have a reroll for the 1-turn attempts. He's still got a reroll in 3 turns. Rat Ogre does a push. Into... Oh, so close! So close! Come on, Viking Cop. Hang in there. He hangs in there. At least he's down to 1 reroll, but he has so many more players that he's got a bunch of control here. And the stuns don't exactly help either. See, 3 of my players are stunned right now, so even if he fails the pickup, he's still in control. Ooh. Ooh, 1 in 81, huh? That helps. Interesting game so far. So we have 4 players. This Storm Vermin can't get a 1 die there. This is tricky though. Opening with a 1 die with no reroll sucks. But are we really going to get better than that? Right now, pickup would be a 4+. Yeah, I think we're going to have to open with the 1 die. Yeah, and it's a skull. Yeah, that was the idea. Oh, and it's another stun. But he's out of rerolls. He's got 2 turns. So if he would be willing to just not pick up now, we might actually manage. Push. Does he still have the thrower? Yes, he does. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Well, that's not good, Art. That's not a nice place to be. Why do you have to go and stand over there, dude? Do your job. Those are now in... This one's now in touchdown range. This one was already in range. Thrower didn't pick up, though. So that's good. Oh! Oh! So much failure all over the place. Right. If we can get here, such as a 3+2+, we've got a 1 die on the ball. And the potential to get in touchdown range. I can't really afford that though. Oh, whoops, that's a bit too far. 3+2+ is good. 1 die on the ball is in knockdown. That's nice. I'm gonna stay here because I'm getting served either way, but if I stay here then he needs to use the... yeah. He's in range, by the way. So he's not getting into touchdown range pretty much, right? Yeah, he's not. Yeah, the problem is getting someplace where I can sort of reliably do so. Right? I mean, I'm so stuck Scatter could make matters worse. But he's got a gutter sort of in scoring range. Yeah, no, that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to do this. Oh, that's a damn shame.
Welcome to Cabalry HD.
Thank you for the subscription, Lectinian. Oh, this should be interesting. Yeah, the pickup was just a bad call in my opinion. The situation. So, potential for a lot of serfs. Potential for some serious trouble. Still not using the thrower. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. It's always nice to hear people come in from YouTube and then drop their support on stream. Really, really cool. So now he's gonna have to... Wait, this guy needed 2 GFIs to get there. See, because that means... Who's gonna... I guess he's gonna hand it off then to Soth. So 2 plus 3 plus from here. Doesn't go for the serve. Ah, that's too bad. Yeah. Oh well. At least we didn't get served, so... He has a send-off, I have a removal, 1 more. We have the chance for a 1 turn. We do have sure hands, that's something, right? But having a reroll there would make me feel a whole lot better. He had a bench, so he still has 11. That's too bad, because my dodges would be easier if he had. Yeah, like that. Be right back, cigarette. Okay. So, in that case, I'll go and take a pee and be right back myself. No, let's actually go and plan this. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Should be able to make that. Saves me a push. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice, Tegan. Yeah, no, Yeah, that was most kind of him, absolutely, Manus. That was very considerate. Yeah, 1 more player would actually have helped a lot, because I could have left a gutter to receive with. And then hand off somewhere out there. Alright, so Ublitz. Do we need him back there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we need you here. And we need the thrower back here, of course. Wait, did I miscount that? Yeah, of course, because he would go in here, right? Which would actually not help unless the thrower manages to pick up there. Yeah, of course, I knew that. So in that case, we go for sheer. This one, I suppose. Let's blitz with him. Three, 4, 5, 6. So do we leave one gutter out here then? How much do we need him? Let's go with this. Weather kicks not awful. Let's see, what will we wind up with if we go here? That's a 4+ pass right now. It's going to be 5+ if we do that. So I think we're better off with the handoff then, from here. So let's start off with the part that might give us some star player points, I suppose. Yes, let's use pass, please. Oh, well, that didn't help. Okay. This is starting to look like a draw to me. Alas. KO stays out too. Yeah, he's not bad enough for us to actually outbash him with your heads. Yeah, that's true. He does seem to have the ability to make some really bad fouls. But right now I am outnumbered and outscored. With only 2 gutters, his ability to do very fast touchdowns is bit more limited than mine, of course. Well, you need the sacks for that, and they're not reliable. Okay, that's what I have to do. Sure. Mark them. I don't especially mind that. Nice, Tucker. Glad you like it. Do we want to send him out just yet? Because if not, he could also just hang with the ball. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's actually quite okay where he is right now. Nope, not good enough. So we have punched a hole. We could go for a quick score and aim for the win. But aiming for the win here is bad. I do think draws are penalized less now than they were in previous iterations of the scoring system. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's be here. Sure hands is good. Gutters can be here, so let us be there for now. Oh, hi, Dode. The start point for scoring. Could you elaborate on that? Rat Ogre 3 die then? Ooh, that was nearly a very cute, if not super importantly timed, misclick. And stick the tail on the gutter, that makes sense. Kicker might actually matter if we do decide to play for a draw and he gets a turn 16 one-turn attempt. So he's kept the only gutter I can hand off to relatively safe. He's got some pressure on the ball. If we pass, then we're committing to going forward quickly. Right, so it sounds to me like that matters mostly for rankings that aren't actually going to qualify in low numbers. Ah, right. Okay, that makes sense. So this guy can threaten the ball right now. I don't mind 3-die blitzing this. And so that's going to set me back a little bit in terms of distance, but that's okay. Three-die gutter. If we can remove a gutter... Oh, well, both down's kind of nice. No, we cannot remove a gutter right now. I was going to say, if we can remove a gutter, that might actually improve our odds of turning him over and getting getting an effective offensive drive a lot better. Because right now, if I score on turn 5, chances are I lose 2-1. Nice seed. So, big crowd around this gutter. Actually gives me a lot of room. Will the rat ogre pop into my cage now? Yeah, I'd rather see if I can remove a gutter before that. Okay. He does manage to keep my mobility limited here reasonably well. What's he doing? I'm kind of waiting for the storm vermin file there. Okay, well that's a lot of mobility we get. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. Pows are good. Pows are nice. Pows are my friends. Ooh.
Fatality.
Ah, the apple brings him back. That's too bad. But at least now if we remove a gutter, he stays removed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost like I planned it. I didn't this time. Murder. Still going for the drive, yes, which is quite helpful indeed. Only attempted murder. True, true, true. So, somewhere like here looks alright to me. Rat ogre's not going to get me there. Bransalt Tail has nothing on me. Let's see if the other 3+ is as good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, let's just be here then. Okay, okay. Pretty decent turn, I'd say. 8 up his Apo, remove the player for the drive. Gain a bunch of ground. Not giving up serfs. Well, if he does the 6+ dodges, then he's surely he's surfing Butcho here, right? Yeah, if that Apo had been bad, I would have liked it a lot better, though. Very, very tight column defense there. Yeah, I would love to see more encouragement for the races that are weaker. Absolutely. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a 3-die though. 2, 4, 6. Oh, GFIing with the Rat over again. Ooh, or not. Well, and a loner. That's good. That's good. Very, very nice. So, we're not in a super big hurry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can just group up there for now. I think that would be great. Yeah, I don't really like it, but I have to give the Rat over the room to approach me. If I want to make my 2-die blocks count, which I really do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this works better. Okay, just a stun, unfortunately. And just a push. That'll have to do. Oh, I forgot the gutter! No! Well, that was dumb. I just forgot a player. Yeah, I'd say if people do stuff like that... sure thing, Dode. Sure thing. Let me, are you in my Discord channel already? Let's see... where are you at? I don't see you in my Discord channel right now, so let's just send you a link. Oh, there you are. Roles, stream guests. You now have access to the stream voice channel. Cool.
Hello?
Hello. Thanks for joining in. This is a nice surprise.
Hey, no worries. Well, I just found out that I had a microphone that's working, so hey, it's a lot easier to answer these questions with voice.
Absolutely. Yeah, oh, I kind of earned that punch since I forgot to dodge out that gutter. Oh, at least he's still alive. Two guys marking here. Sorry, I'm a bit dual processing right now. So let's see. Need to go there. Need to go there. Can't free this up. Yeah, let's handle that fairly well. 4 more turns. So, was there a particular question where that made you think, well, this is something I need more time for? Because I'm only semi-attending to chat when I'm... It's actually sensible positioning.
Yeah, Vilinich said that only a few teams get rewarded and people want a team to compete to finish the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I think a good response to that would be for Cyanide to actually reward all of the qualifiers, which would give an incentive for people to just qualify, not just to win the playoffs.
Fair enough. Makes sense to me. All right. Doing a bit of a falling back right now. There, now we're safe-ish. So how do you go there?
Yeah, I don't know that we have got the capacity to do a Stunty Cup. As you've already noted, it's fairly hectic as it is with what we have. A Stunty Cup, I think, would make things more difficult as well.
That's a 1 die, that's a half die, right? Yeah, I don't think a separate Stunty Cup would necessarily be the way to go, but I think encouraging the lower tier races, simply qualifying and having the prizes for that, or having part of the prizes for that, would be a very, very good start. If you would say have the current prize money for the 1, 2, 3, and then make distribute the other half over everyone who qualified, I could see that work.
Yeah, it's a suggestion I've made to Nethios. It was someone else's idea, certainly wasn't mine. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's worth certainly folks looking at. I know that there are issues with how long they have to keep prize money for, the legal side of it, that kind of thing, but it's entirely down to whether Focus can do it and want to do it.
Yeah. So, a question that may interest viewers is if people would want to offer suggestions when it comes to the structure or anything else really, what would be the best way to post them? I mean, I guess it would be the official Focus boards, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we tried using Discord, and even among the admin team, it's really difficult to keep track of people's opinions, ideas, thoughts, and all of the various ideas that are going around the place. When it's on the forum, it's written down, it's sorted. We don't have to track back through all the conversations that have gone on already, and we can find it fairly easily and refer to it fairly easily. So, if someone comes up with an idea that we think is worth discussing, we can now, and without attempt to improve the communication after the last debacle, we'll post it up on our Discord so that people can get involved in the conversation. But if people don't get involved, we have no idea what people are thinking.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So, do you and do Focus have an idea about the desirability of a resurrection mode for playoffs?
I personally think that resurrection mode is a really good way to play a set of playoffs. I think it would make it interesting and competitive. We could look at things, various options for that. But the feedback I've been getting from looking at various streams is it's not enormously popular for a couple of reasons, not least of which is people like to take the team that they've spent an awful lot of time building up in the ladder.
That makes perfect sense to me. Absolutely. That having one team qualify and then bringing another. I mean, we saw that with the World Cup, and we also saw the huge number of dwarves that resulted in, for example. And
yeah, I mean, there's a number of ways of doing it. We can say you take the race that you qualify with and put in some sort of tiering structure, so that tier 3 teams get 1400 TV and tier 1 teams get 1100 TV, much like the NAF does in their tournaments. Yeah. Or we could say we have a draft managed in some way, be it random, be it due to how competitive a race is or whatever, and we say that, okay, based on the draft, you pick in an order, only 2 or 3 of each race are available. There's a number of ways of doing it and ensuring that there is a diverse set of teams within the playoffs. I think the main issue that people have is that they're abandoning their team.
Well, yeah, you're doing that anyway at the end of the season, right?
Yeah, you are, but I think people like to have that last hurrah. You know, I qualified with the team, I want to last go with it.
I've got a fan favourite, and it's awesome, yeah.
Vilnic, TV Plus, I'd be willing to abandon it quite happily if it proved that it wasn't working, frankly. That's something that we may have a little bit more information on at some later date, and I don't want to go into too much about it now.
Yeah, I think it really depends on what you would constitute working. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I've no doubt about that, and I'm well aware of that situation. And you know, we've got a few ideas of how it could be changed, what we could do about it. And that doesn't mean that I think that the stuff that we've got at the moment is perfect by any means. I think TV Plus can be improved. I'm actively looking at methods to improve it, and I've got a couple of other people helping me with that. Not only people like you, Mike, but Arnie and a couple of others that know their numbers, and trying to come up with better methods of doing that sort of thing. One of the things was mentioned that the ranking system takes no account of how hard your opponent is. Much like Elo
That's
would.
A big one.
And we can look at doing that kind of thing. Now, Elo is one way of doing it, and an Elo-based approach using a better predictor than Elo, which has already been shown to be not wonderful, could be one way of doing it.
Yeah. So you'd still base that on the performance of the team you face? Because if I'm a new coach, if I'm a coach and I play against a very experienced coach in their first game, my odds of winning are still going to be a lot worse than if I face a new coach in my first match.
Yeah, Stucker310 just asked what TV Plus is, just for anyone that doesn't know. TV Plus basically takes into account your wins and losses of your team when matching. Yeah, of course, new coaches and experienced coaches, when the system of TV Plus has no information, the experienced coach will be expected to win, and that kind of the point of how it works really is that you build up the initial set of wins, and then you get to the point where actually you're playing against teams that are difficult for you to beat, and you get to the level at which you are now no longer able to simply win the match because you're the better coach. I understand the negatives against it. I just want to respond to TNSE, just saying TV Plus is hurting new players. Actually, that's not true, because TV Plus, new players against experienced players, they're just playing TV matched. When a new player is playing with a brand new team, they get TV matched to all intents and purposes. And when they get their losses, which they will do because they're new players, and it's as simple as that, they will get bonuses, and they will get matched down by inducements. Yes, you're right, the inducements will help the player who's already down inducements, but actually inducements do not cover the gap, and we know that.
It's worth noting that in the initial concept of TV Plus, it would not just be used for determining matchups, but also for determining how much inducement you would get. And
yeah, absolutely, and that would actually make
abandoned.
every game 50-50.
Yes, well, every game once you've stabilized, add your teams. Yeah, but if that were the case, then that would require such a huge shift in coaches' internal representation of what constitutes a win. And personally, I think people's psychology doesn't work like that. I mean, I get that the statistics work. I get that having a 30-0-10 record would be as good as having a 130-0 110 record based on those statistics. But I think you're going to have a very hard time getting people to wrap their heads around that idea. And I know that it might help encourage newer coaches who will wind up winning their matches more often. But I wonder whether it'll actually get the sense of this is a sensible way of determining wins. Because if you do, then you would no longer use a ranking system like we have now, but instead you would be ranking on the wins minus losses, right?
You'd be working on a distribution of wins minus losses on a per race basis. So you'd end up with some people with lots of wins minus losses, some with a high negative number, most people around the 0, slightly positive mark. Yes, you would basically want to rank based on that distribution. The Z score of your Z sum for those in with the lingo, if you like. So yes, that's how you would ideally rank it under the system in which inducements are also done by TV Plus, but they are not at the moment. So it's done with win minus loss, and at the moment, the higher TV team is still going to be, the higher experienced coach, the better performing coach is still going to be slightly advantaged simply after a few matches, simply because he's going to get the inducements. Now, inducements are not as good as team value. So if you were to rank based on purely team value, an experienced coach of 1400 TV versus an inexperienced coach of 1400 TV, the advantage would be fairly squarely on the experienced coach. If you played 1400 TV versus 1200 TV plus inducements, then it's a little bit more even. I'm not saying it's 100% even. It can't be 100% even, but it is a little bit more even.
Yeah.
I will get to Vilnich's question about resin playoffs in a second. I think I caught it. You talked basically about taking current teams under a res mode to the playoffs. Is that right?
Oh, yikes. That's not a lot of players to stop a one turn with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I need one more. I would need one more. This work? Not really.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They will have a very different look the next game. Similarly, though, what you'll have is someone. What you'll do is put pressure on people within the ladder to take their teams to a higher TV, which is potentially going to make it more grindy. I don't know. I know it's already hard to get matchups when you're at high TV anyway. I'm not sure. It's certainly one that we can discuss.
Sorry, I'm having some trouble turning this into a verbal interview and a a match at the same time.
No, I get that. I'm reading some of the comments and trying to go through some of those.
Yeah, sure. Do that.
Sorry, hijacking your stream.
Oh no, it's good. I mean, I really like having open communication towards the player base, and I think this is a cool way to do it.
So, sorry, are we basically saying that due to TV Plus, people are having difficulty getting up to that point this season, for example? Oh no, I don't work for Cyanide at all. But I've worked with them since about 2009 in terms of moderating and running competitions for them, that kind of thing. I'm not paid in any way.
One of the gods. I like that, Calf. You've just been.
There's some really small, minor ones.
Yeah. So Dode used to be the forum admin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, forum moderator. Yeah.
Back in Blood Bowl 1.
Yeah, I think I started about 2009 and stuck with it through till BB2. And then when this game was released, it was, I think most people would agree, a bit of a shambles. The communication was appalling from Focus and Cyanide, and if you think it's bad now, it was truly atrocious previously. Basically, I decided that was enough. I wasn't going to be the forum admin anymore, but they got a lot better, to be fair, and they came and asked for help with running competition, which is has become the champion ladder, and then they started putting money behind it as well. Actually, they have got a lot better. Nethios has done a fantastic job relative to his predecessors in terms of making, in terms of communicating with their player base.
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't there for Blood Bowl 1, but I do feel like he's at least attentive to what's going on, and like we're being heard. And every once in a while, something even pops up that suggests that it's being implemented as well. For a while, absolutely. the phrase "we've added it to the community wish list" seemed like kind of a pit of despair, but a lot of that stuff actually wound up in Legendary Edition, and I can see why they wouldn't want to invest in making all of those patches at once. I mean, they do seem to be averse to programming fixes if they can help it, but there's I'm very happy with Nethios' contribution. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Vilinich, Guillaume is more of a conduit, I think, between Cyanide and Focus in terms of gathering information about bugs and bug reports and that kind of thing. I know he contacts me quite a lot, and I should imagine he contacts Sage quite a lot when it comes to interpretation of rules and how exactly they should be, implemented within the client.
That's mostly been Guillaume. Yeah. Okay. Line rat double fives. What a waste. Could have been a gutter. Oh, he gets a 10-2. That's nice. That's very nice. Movement 10, gutter runner. Awesome. So the line rat gets guard. Good stuff. So a bit of a disappointing draw in our fourth match. 3-1-0. Still not awful, but it's not super great. Oh, excuse me. But the team's doing okay. Alright YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.